Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 7, Time Goes On. In this video we are going to discuss how to draw a clock from the given time and how to read time from a given clock. So let's start the class. Evolution of clock. What do you mean by evolution of clock? The clocks that we see now, few 100,000 years ago, there wasn't similar clocks. At the very first, look here, the first diagram shows a sundial. Sundial means a clock which works according to the position of the sun. Then came the sand watch. Sand watch means this sand used to trickle down on each side, and it used to mark the hours which has passed. Each time one of the half would be empty, that means 12 hours, 6 hours would pass. It depends on the amount of sand given. Then eventually came our analog clock, the one with the gong we used to see in our grandfather's house. Then now the clock that we use is digital clock. Okay, learning about clock. Now before we start the class, you should know some facts about clock. We all have clocks in our house, right? We have seen there are 3 hands of a clock. The smaller hand of a clock is the hour hand. The larger hand of the clock is the minute hand. And the thinnest hand is known as the second hand. Now, when the hour hand completes one revolution, that is, it starts from 12 and again when it reaches 12, it means one rotation. So when the hour hand completes one rotation, 12 hours passes. So when the minutes hand means the longer hand, it when completes one rotation, it completes 1 hour, that is 60 minutes. And the second hand, when the second hand completes one rotation, that is, it starts from 12 and again reaches 12, 60 seconds passes. Now, there are certain things that you need to remember. That is, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. That is, if the minute hand, if the second hand completes one rotation, that is 1 minute has passed. When the hour hand or the minute hand, let me say, if the minute hand moves or completes one circle of the clock, 60 minutes passes, that is 1 hour. And if the hour hand takes 2 rotation of the whole clock, then a day passes, because 1 rotation means 12 hours, so 2 rotations is 24 hours. A day is 24 hours. Now students, we all have watches or clocks in our house. Now, only their being present in our house is not enough. We must learn how to read a clock or how to see the time, right? So before we learn to read the time, there are certain things that you need to remember. The clock, it functions as the table of 5. And what do I mean by table of 5? Look here, I told you when the minute hand, that is the larger hand, is a minute hand, the smaller hand is hour hand. Now look here, when the minute hand is at 1, that means 5 minutes has passed. When the minute hand is at 2, 5 2s are 10, 10 minutes has passed. When the minute hand is at 3, 5 3s are 15 minutes has passed. When the minute hand is at 4, 5 4s are 20, 20 minutes has passed, so on and so forth. So when the minute hand is at 12, that means 5 12s are 60, So 60 minutes has passed, and 60 minutes means how many hours? 1 hours. So when the minutes hand starts from 12 and again reaches 12, how many minutes passes? 60 minutes passes. So when the minute hand is at 8, how many minutes would be it? 5 8s are 40 minutes. So whichever number the minute hand will be, multiply that number with 5 and you will see, you will get the minutes. Now hour hand. The number to which the hour hand points is that hour of day. Now we will learn how we will see the time or how we can read the time after seeing the watch. Now I told you in the previous part that the minute hand, that is the larger hand of the clock, is known as the minute hand. The smaller hand of the clock is known as the hour hand, and another, the thinnest hand, is the second hand. So the clock has how many hands? 3 hands. So when the minute hand is at 1, how many minutes will pass? 5 ones are 5. So 5 minutes will pass. I told you the clock works as a table of 5. So when the minute hand is at 5, how many minutes? Sorry, the minute hand is at 1. How many minutes will pass? 5 ones are 5. So 5 minutes will pass. Similarly, if the minute hand is at 6, so how many minutes will pass? Multiply 6 with 5. So 5 6 are 30 minutes. Now when the minute hand is at 8, how many minutes will pass? Multiply the number where the minute hand is pointing with 5. Whichever number the minute hand is pointing, multiply that number with 5, you will get the minutes. Right? Now hour, the smaller hand, the number to which the hour hand points, it is that time of the day, that hour of the day. What do I mean by that? Suppose the hour hand is pointing at 2. That means time will be 2 o'clock or 5 minutes past 2 or 45 minutes past 2 o'clock. It will be like that. That means it is the second hour of the day. If the hour hand is at 3, that means time will be according to 3 o'clock. Like it can be 30 minutes past 3 o'clock or half past 3, quarter past 3. Now what do I mean by half past and quarter past? Students, when the minute hand is pointing at 3, that is 3 5s are 15. 15 minutes is also called quarter past. When the minute hand is pointing at 6, that is 6 5s are 30. 30 minutes is called half past. Why half past? Because when the minute hand completes one rotation, that is 60 minutes passes, half of 60 is 30 minutes. So when the minute hand points 6, it is called half past 3. That means the minute hand has covered half of the clock. Similarly, when the minute hand is at 9, it will be quarter. Now you might be thinking, what is quarter? So what did I say? When the minute hand completes one rotation of the clock, how many minutes passes? 60 minutes passes. So what is half of 60? 30 minutes. So when the minute hand is at 6, that means 6 5s are 30. We say it is half past. That minute hand has passed half of the clock. Now when the minute hand is at 3 or at 9, if it is at 3, that means 3 5s are 15. Right? When you divide 60 by 4, okay, you get 15 as an answer. So 4 means quarter. You have read, right? Once, twice, thrice, and fourth is known as quarter. Like when you divide something by 2, it is half. So when you divide 60 minutes by 4, you get 15 minutes. Now look here. So 15 is quarter of, that is 1/4 part of 60 minutes. That is why if the minute hand is at 3, we say it is quarter past. Now look here, look at the watch very carefully. The watch is divided into two parts, like from 12 to 6, like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, past is written. And from 6 to again 12, that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 is written. That means when the minute hand is at 1, we will say 5 minutes has passed, 10 minutes has passed when it is at 2, when it is at 3, quarter past, so on and so forth. Now, when the minute hand is at 7, we will say 25 minutes to the next hours. Why we will say so? Let us discuss. Now, look at the clock and read the time. Okay, before you start reading the clock, or let us discuss about the time, how to see time, let me tell you one thing. When the hour hand is at 1 and the minute hand is at 12, that means it is 1 o'clock. When the hour hand is at 2 and the minute hand is at 12, that means it is 2 o'clock. So when the hour hand is at 4 and the minute hand is at 12, what time will be it? Let me know in the comment section. So when the minute hand is at 8 and the minute hand is at 12 and the hour hand is at 8, it will be 8 o'clock. So whichever number the hour hand points, it will be that number o'clock. That means that hour of the day. Now, and whichever number the minute hand points, what did I say? Multiply that number with 5. So you will get the minute. So now the first question. Here, the hour hand is pointing at 10 and the minute hand is pointing at 2. Since the hour hand is pointing at 10, that means it is 10th hour of the day. That means 10 o'clock. And minute hand is pointing at 2. So 2 5s are 10. So what is our time? 10:10. Right? 10:10 means 10 minutes past 10 o'clock. Clear? 10 minutes past 10 o'clock. That means 10 minutes, it is 10 o'clock, 10 minutes has already passed after 10 o'clock. After the clock has shown 10 o'clock, 10 minutes has already passed. So, our hand is pointing at 10. So, it will be 10 o'clock. Minute hand is pointing at 2 means it will be 10 minutes past 10 o'clock. Right? There are two ways you can write. Either you can write 10 minutes past 10 o'clock or you can write 10 ... that is colon 10. Now, second one. The hour hand is pointing at 8 and the minute hand is pointing at 5. So, minute hand is pointing at 5 means 5 5s are 25 minutes and hour hand is pointing at 8 means 8 o'clock. So, what will be the time? 25 minutes past 8 o'clock, or you can write 8 ... 25. Now, this ... thing that I am writing here, the time which is written in blue color, right? Look here, the colon sign, the ... is known as a colon sign. The number on the left hand side of the colon sign is the number to which the hour hand is pointing, and the number which is on the right hand side of the colon sign is the number to which the minute hand is pointing. So, how, if a time is written 8 ... 25, that means 25 minutes past 8 o'clock. Similarly, look at the third example. The hour hand is pointing at 7. That means if you write it in the form of colon, so 7 will be on which side of the colon? Left hand side. And the minute hand is pointing towards 3. So 3 5s are 15. So 15 will be on the right hand side of the colon. So the time will be 7 ... 15. Now 15, what did I say? 15 minutes. What we say call 15 minutes? We call it quarter past. So the time is quarter past 7 o'clock. Clear? Similarly, look for the fourth one. The minute hand is pointing at 6 and the hour hand is between 5 and 6. The hour hand is between 5 and 6 means the hour hand has left five five's place and it is arriving at 6. That means it is still 5 o'clock. When the hour hand is between 5 and 6, still it is 5 o'clock. So if you put dot dot in between and the hour hand has left 5's place, that means 5 will be on the left hand side of the dot dot, that is a colon sign, that is it is the 5 o'clock. And 6, it is minute hand is pointing 6, that means 6 5s are 30. What did I say? When the minute hand points at 6 and 30 minutes has passed, what we call 30? When the minute hand is pointing at 6, 30 minutes, we write it as half past. So what will be the time? Half past 5 o'clock or 30 minutes past 5 o'clock you can write, or you can write 5 dot dot 30. Since the hour hand is pointing between 5 and 6, we will write 5 then dot dot then 30. Why? Because minute hand is pointing at 6. 6 5s are 30. So when you are given a diagram of the clocks like this, you have to write the time by seeing the watch. Clear? Okay, so here are a few more clocks. Look here. For the first one, the minute hand is pointing at 9 and the hour hand is also pointing at 9. So what did I say? When the minute hand is moving from 12 to 6, that is 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we will write past. And while we are writing the time, and when the minute hand is moving from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we will write 2. So when the minute hand is pointing at 9, that means 9 5s are 45 minutes has passed. 45 minutes has passed. So how many minutes are left to be 60 minutes? 15 minutes. And what did I say? 15 minutes means quarter of an hour. Quarter of an hour means if you divide 1 hour by 4, 1 hour means 60 minutes. If you divide 60 by 4, you get 15 minutes. So 15 minutes is left for the next hour to come. That is, it is 9:45 by the watch. See the time. So that means 15 minutes is left to be 10 o'clock. So since we call 15 minutes as quarter when we are reading time, so we will write quarter to 10 o'clock. We can either write 9:45, 9 dot dot 45 because the hour hand is pointing at 9. So 9 will come first, then dot dot. As the minute hand is also pointing at 9, so 9 5s are 45. So 9 dot dot 45 you can write, or you can write 45 minutes past 9 o'clock, or you can write quarter to 10 o'clock. That means 15 minutes left to be 10 o'clock. Clear? Now the second one. The minute hand is also pointing at 12. The hour hand is also pointing at 12. So the time will be 12 o'clock. Clear? So you will write minute is no minute because it is 65. 5 12s are 60. You cannot write 60 minute like that. So we will write 0 0. And since the hour hand is pointing at 12, first we will write 12, then dot dot. And as the minute hand is also pointing at 12, we will write 0 0. Clear? Now, third one. Look here. The hour hand is between 5 and 6. So you will write 5 first, then give dot dot. And minute hand is pointing at 7. That means 7 5s are 35. Write 35 after dot dot. So your time is 5 dot dot 35. That is 35 minutes past 5 o'clock. Or you can write 25 minutes to 6 o'clock. Why 25 minutes? Look here. When the minute hand is pointing at 7, how many numbers are left till we go to 12? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 numbers are left. So if you multiply 5 5s are 25? That is 25. Each number represents 5 minutes. Like 8 means 5 minutes, 9 means 5 minutes, 10 means 5 minutes, 11 means 5 minutes, 12 means 5 minutes. So if you multiply the numbers, how many numbers are there? How many numbers a minute hand has to cross to go to 12? 5 numbers. So 5, each number, to go to each number, the minute hand has to travel 5 minutes. So if it crosses all 5 numbers, how many minutes the minute hand will cross? 25 minutes. That is why it is said 25 minutes to 6 o'clock or 35 minutes past 5 o'clock. Now you need to know when we write past and when we write to. When I say how much time is left to be 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, how much time is left to be 6 o'clock, then we write to. That is 25 minutes to 6 o'clock. Means it is 25 minutes is left to be for the hour hand to reach at 6. That is why we write to. And when we write past, if we are writing that the hour hand has already crossed 5. So how many minutes is it that it has been 5 o'clock? 35 minutes. It has been 5 o'clock. And after 25 minutes, the hour hand will reach 6. That is why we write 25 minutes to 6 o'clock. Now, how to draw a clock? First step, draw a circle. You can use any circular object like a bangle or a cap of a bottle, cap of your pen, a bowl. You can use compass, but I won't ask you to, because a compass has a pointed nib and you might hurt yourself while using a compass since you don't know how to use it. So use other objects. And if you have your elders, your teachers sitting with you, then you can use compass. In the second step, after you have completed drawing the circle, mark a point at the center of the circle. Like here in step 2, I have named it O, point O. Now place your scale vertically over point O and the line and the border of the circle where the scale is touching on the top of the point O, mark it as 12. The part of the circle where the scale is touching the bottom of the circle below point O, mark it as 6. Now again place the scale on the dot, that is point O, horizontally. The border of the circle where the scale touches on the right hand side, mark it 3. The border of the circle where the scale touches the circle on the left hand side, mark it 0.9. Now in step 3, between 12 and 3, mark 1 and 2, numbers 1 and 2. Make sure that distance between 1 and 2, 12 and 1 and 2 and 3 are same. Then between again 3 and 6, mark the numbers 4 and 5. Make sure 3 and 4, 4 and 5 and 5 and 6 all are same in distance. Similarly between 6 and 9, mark 7 and 8. Make sure the distance between 6, 7, 8 and 9 are same. Again between 9 and 12, mark points 10 and 11. Make sure the distance between 9, 10, 11 and 12 are same. This is how you draw. Now you have to draw the clock for the given time. So A, the time is 3:15. That means it is 3:15, or you can say 3:15 o'clock. Now look here. Again I am saying you, follow the dot sign. On the left hand side of the dot is the number 3. That means the hour hand will point towards 3. The number which is on the left hand side of the dot, the hour hand, that is the smaller hand of the watch or the clock, will point towards 3, and the minute hand, that is the larger hand of the clock, will be at that number which you get as an answer when you multiply 5 with any number. Suppose the number on the right hand side is 15. So which number when you multiply 5 by, you get 15 as an answer? 3, right? So the minutes hand will also point at 3. So when the time is 3:15, the minute hand and the hour hand both will point at 3. Coming to the second one, number B, 7:40. So 7 is on the left hand side of the dot, that is the colon. So our hand will be pointing 7, and on the right hand side of the dot is 40. So which number when you multiply by 5 you get 40 as an answer? 8 5s are 40. So the minute hand will point towards 8 because 8 4s are 8 5s are 40. Or you can write 20 minutes to 8, or you can write 40 minutes past 8, as you wish. Now mins, MINS, is the short form of minutes, HRS is the short form of hours, and SEC, that is sec, is the short form of second. Now third one, 12:30. So 12 is written, so the hour, that means it is the 12th hour of the day. So the hour hand, that is a shorter hand, will point 12, and the minute hand, half past. Half of the clock means from at 12. If you draw a clock and you divide it, where will be the half of the clock? That is, half of a clock means half of the minute hand. Minute hand, one rotation of the minute hand is 60 minutes. So if it has covered half of the clock, that means 30 minutes. So when the minute hand comes to 6, it covers half the distance. So the minute hand will be at 6. When it is written half past, then the minute hand will be always at 6. When it is quarter past, always the minute hand will be at 3. When it is quarter to, then also the minute hand will be at 9. This is how you have to draw the watch or draw the clock from the given. Okay, here are a few diagrams of the clocks. You will look at this diagram and write the time. This is a practice of what I have taught you today. So look at this clocks here and tell me the time. Okay, here are a few more questions. Here time is given. You have to draw the clock for the given time. Okay, watch the video again if you face any problems. Still, if you do not understand, let me know. I will explain it again. Okay, go through the video again. Solve the questions. If you have any problem, let me know. And thank you for attending the class. Meet you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye and stay safe.